In order to use a password manager, I need to create a super secure password, which I'll use to access all my other passwords. What's the best way to create a master password which is super secure, but also easy to remember?
The best way to do this is by using a passphrase and not a password. Something interesting about password protection is that it's actually much better to be longer versus shorter and more complex. Here's an example. It's much more secure to use the passphrase, "We had a wild night on George Street," than it is something like KS.%2C, which has only 6 characters. It's also much easier to remember. Security enthusiasts often use passphrases composed of 4 random words drawn from a word list for important passwords or master passwords. You can find a word list on the course website or at the website of the Electronic Frontier Foundation. It turns out that remembering 4 words is a lot easier for people than memorizing a string of random characters. For example, I can choose the 4 words horse, battery, staple, correct. And if you tell yourself a little story about your 4 words, you'll likely never forget, as shown in this comic from XKCD. Cracking that 4-word passphrase with a brute force attack would take 600 octillion years, according to security.org's password checker. On the other hand, the password I mentioned before would take only 6 seconds to crack. The main idea here is that you want to use a passphrase to secure your 1Password password manager because it's easy to remember and very secure. We want to use 1Password to create and manage all our other passwords. How much easier would it be for you to remember 4 words than all the passwords you're currently using? When you set up your 1Password password manager, you will also get several recovery codes, which you can use to reset your master password in case you forget it. You can print or write down these codes and store them in a secure physical location. So start using passphrases, especially for the master password of your password manager. Be careful to avoid passphrases that contain common expressions or quotes. For example, avoid the passphrase, "May the force be with you." Try out some password ideas at security.org.